Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad I didn't do the review video straight after our match. I waited, I went to bed, and I woke up to this news. Here we go. Poch to Chelsea is a here we go finally. Finally, some light at the end of the tunnel.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get cracking into this news. Look, we've all been anticipating this news for so long. Finally, it has arrived. There was a whole heap of speculation whether this is going to happen or not. And good thing we've got the news today off the back of yet another disappointing draw at home. But we'll talk about the match. I'm actually going to give you guys a match review once we finish talking about all of this news that's floating around. Lots of bits and pieces to go through in regards to this particular deal. Hasn't been announced as confirmed yet. Obviously, not official announcement from Chelsea yet, but apparently it should be within the next few days. But it's good. Like, at least us fans now, we can focus that there's something hopefully to look for next season. Yes, there's a lot of work that needs to be done for Mauricio Pochettino, but at least now we can well and truly forget about this season and really hope this season never ever happens again in our lifetime. Honestly, that it never ever happens again. So let's get onto this particular news. And as I said, I will give you guys a match review once we go through all of this. Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea are now set to appoint Mauricio Pochettino as new head coach. Here we go. Full agreement in place as expected. Pochettino has accepted all conditions of long-term deal. It will be signed and completed soon after negotiation, very advanced since April. A lot of people got a bit worried about this long-term deal, but we'll get to that. It's not as long as you think, and I think it's decent. It's a decent length of term, to be honest. Mauricio Pochettino will sign contract in the next days, but he will start this new Chelsea chapter in June, so he's not going to come in straight away. But I do believe we may start seeing him in the grounds for the remaining Chelsea matches. I think 3 more matches left, so hopefully we see him in the grounds and overlooking at the situation. I'm pretty sure he's already watching Chelsea anyway, quite keenly. Would love to hear, would love to know what his thoughts are about this situation. I'm pretty sure soon we'll have an interview, Chelsea exclusive, talking about how he feels. So, yeah, we've got to buckle up and get this ball rolling, because there's a lot of work that needs to be done in order to start rectifying Chelsea Football Club. Now, as Lampard will remain as caretaker coach, Poch will bring in his people for coaching staff. He will discuss the transfer strategy with club immediately. Good to see. And new era. Pochettino era is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. He is the contract terms, ladies and gentlemen, or rumored contract terms at the moment. I think this is decent enough. Pochettino will sign a 3-year contract until 2026. People were getting worried. Is this going to be another one of those 5-year contracting? 3 years, I think it's all right. I would have liked to see 2 years plus 1, the option for 1, but 3, look, it's all the same thing anyway. So we've at least learned from something from the previous situation that we were in with Graham Potter 5-year contract, and we've learned that, hey, no need to give such long contracts. 3 is good enough for managers. They have to show the potential. They have to show that the project is going the right way. No point in giving a long-term contract and then, you hit a brick wall and you simply cannot recover, much like Graham Potter, and then you're left to, give out another compensation to another manager. So let it be a smaller contract. So if there is a, roadblock that we hit again, that we don't get done with compensation. So, and this will keep Pochettino on the toes. Hopefully, it will ensure that Poch doesn't become complacent, that he's always doing his level best to get the best out of Chelsea Football Club, and results will dictate how long he stays at Chelsea Football Club. It's simple as that. Keep getting results, you'll be a long-term manager at Chelsea. As simple as that. If the results keep going sideways and it keeps going south and it prolongs, you're going to be sacked as well. Because at Chelsea, there has to be certain standards. We cannot be 11th, 12th, 13th, whatever we're going to end up being this particular season. That's not the standard. No one's expecting us to win the Champions League. We're not even going to be in the Champions League. No one's expecting us to win the Premier League next season at all. But you need to show some form of development. You need to show some sort of progress in the team. You need to show some form of organization, structure, philosophy that's brewing in the club. Bare minimum for me, top 6 to start things off. And a lot of people are a little bit angry about that. Why not top 4? So my thing about the whole top 4 thing is, let's be realistic. We're going to end up finishing like 13th, maybe 14th. Who knows? This season. So to expect to go from there to top 4, that's a hard task. If we can crack into top 6 and then work from there, that's something that I can get behind. So that's, Pochettino definitely has to be on his toes to ensure that he's consistently getting positive results. Obviously, you're going to have the odd hiccups here and there, and that's fine. That's understandable. But let's not make the hiccups prolonged for too long. Do you know what I mean? Let's not let them go on for months and months and months. Pochettino will communicate with Lawrence Stewart, Paul Winstanley, and Christopher Vivell, as well as the academy and other departments. Great to see. Hopefully the owners can take a bit of a step back. And Poch should really just communicate with the board, the directors. They're the footballing people, and they should be the ones who Poch communicates with. Chelsea owners are set to welcome being challenged by Poch and his staff. The issue with Tuchel was that they perceived he was brooding on issues, seemingly resenting questions, yet not challenging the owners openly. I mean, look, let's not sit around here and bash Thomas Tuchel, right? I mean, at the end of the day, Thomas Tuchel at that position, he was concentrating on getting the team back on track after a tumultuous season that was last season, with sanctions, with ownership change, with a whole heap of personal stuff, Romelu Lukaku, COVID, injuries, this, that, the other. These owners, they expected a lot from Thomas Tuchel at that point, and he just wasn't interested to be part of that. He was focused on the team. So I can understand why Thomas Tuchel was perceived. He was brooding on issues, seemingly resenting questions. I don't think he was resenting. He was just, look, not enough time. Got to get ready for the season. So look, hopefully the owners have learned their lesson. And I think this is the tweet over here. Chelsea's owners are said to be reflective on mistakes made. It is accepted that it might have been better to retain Tuchel for a season, even though it would never work long term. Bowley never wanted to be sporting director, but had failed approach for Michael Edwards. There's a feeling that they overcompensated in appointing Graham Potter because he was so adept at working with the executives and the owners. So good to see if they've really learned these lessons. I'm hopeful the next season should be better, because these points are fantastic. You should have probably kept Thomas Tuchel for a little bit longer just to see how things went and panned out. Maybe you would have just stuck around with him this season, and then you could have made a decision later on. Do you know what I mean? I don't think with Thomas Tuchel we would have been where we are right now. I think we would have been somewhere maybe 6th or 7th, but we wouldn't be where we are now. In terms of Bowley never wanted to be a director, that's brilliant news as well, and looks like he is trying to find that sporting director. And we've overcompensated with the Graham Potter situation as well. So great to see that the owners are learning. Poch accepted conditions on a long-term deal. He will discuss transfer strategy with the club immediately. 3 years is good. I don't think people should get worried about the whole 3 years being long-term. I think you need to give something to the manager as well, but at the same time, you need to also show the manager that, look, I ain't going to give you a 5-year contract. That's crazy, right? Because that will make you just relax too much. You'll be, complacent. 3 years is good. 3 years is good, and I don't think that can be deemed as long term. I think that's perfect. Pochettino wants to persuade Mason Mount to stay and is going to talk to Romelu Lukaku. A lot of people getting upset about this. Look, with Mason Mount, I'm not perturbed about that. I'm okay with that. I can understand Mason Mount could become a very important player under Pochettino, and I'm all open for Mason Mount to rediscover his form again. I'm all open for Mason Mount to go to a next level in his footballing career and showcase that his skill sets can improve. So I'm fine with that. Romelu Lukaku is where I'm a bit concerned. That I know he scored a banger of a goal earlier today, but this brother, man, can we actually, hand on our hearts, say that he's going to comply with everything at Chelsea Football Club? The first sign of adversity, this guy might be the first one to buckle, and he'll create the chaos himself. I don't know if we're going to be, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It's that situation. I don't want to get fooled twice. That's shame on me. So we'll see. But the rumors are apparently he will come back. He will come back because Inter Milan, they don't have the money to keep him. And I don't know if there's any other suitors out there. And I don't think we're going to get ourselves a striker. So brace yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking: Chelsea are working with Pochettino on recruitment with Lautaro Martinez, Declan Rice, Emiliano Martinez, Alexis McAllister. 3 Argentines there: Emiliano Martinez, Alexis McAllister, and Lautaro Martinez. Declan Rice. Look, if we get all of this, especially Declan Rice, I'll be very, very happy about that. And Emiliano Martinez as well. Lautaro Martinez, I don't know, man. I mean, okay, Lukaku Martinez connection, can that happen? The rumor is he really wants Lautaro Martinez, Pochettino, this Argentine, connection. Enzo Fernandez is there as well. I don't know. Is Poch cooking something? Poch trying to make us into Argentina. Look, Argentina, they're, current world champions, so it's not a bad thing. But with Lautaro Martinez, I'm worried. I'm weary. I'm weary that he may not work out in the Premier League. He's not been the same Lautaro since we saw about 2-3 seasons ago with Romelu Lukaku. This Lautaro Martinez, he's been missing a lot of chances. I saw on social media, I think his conversion rate is something around 14 or 16%. Normally, players, strikers around where he plays, they have about 20, 22, 23%. So that's a massive downgrade in percentage for his goal conversion. So yeah, I'm not really sure about Lautaro Martinez, man. But look, if our board thinks that he fits the plan, and if Poch thinks that that's what's gonna improve Chelsea Football Club, okay, so be it, man. McAllister, look, we need another midfielder along with someone like in the sense of Declan Rice, so I'm okay with that. I've always liked McAllister, man. Alexis McAllister is really, really good. But I think the rumor is he's potentially going to Liverpool. So we need to hurry up if that's what we want. Declan Rice, I think another one, is going to Arsenal Football Club once European football. So I'm not really sure how all of this will happen. Emiliano Martinez, look out for that. We are looking for a goalkeeper. I'm going to touch on the match. Mendy had an absolute howler. We need a goalkeeper. We probably need to get rid of both of the current goalkeepers that we have. Chelsea are expected to announce Pochettino early next week. Great news. So hopefully Monday, Tuesday, maybe we'll see something. And now we'll talk about the match. But before we talk about the match, quite a few people has been tagging me on this one. Thiago Silva, it's boring for me, but I renewed my contract 2 months ago. I've always fulfilled my contract. I only want to stay here if Chelsea don't want me next year, or if the new coach who arrives doesn't want me to stay. So good news that Thiago Silva is sticking around. I've told my wife, I don't know what kind of meeting they said Thiago Silva had. That's he's close to going back to Fluminense. There's nothing. So that's great news. Look, a few people have been tagging me and it's like, oh, Miz, what's going on now? What you think? Look, I wasn't the one that created the news yesterday. That was the news from Matt Law saying if Thiago Silva wanted to leave, then Chelsea's not going to stand on their way. And my reaction was that, let's say that he does want to go. That just gives, a broader perception on where the club is going. Do you know what I mean? I was basing my video and I was basing my reaction based on what Matt Law has reported, not something that I created or I fabricated or anything like that. So it's good to see that that's not the case, that he will stick around. And I said it in my video, I want Thiago Silva to stick around. And so many of you guys came out and said, nah, he's 39, he can go, he's slow, this, that, the other. I never slandered him one bit. I was getting upset if this guy left. I want some sort of leadership next season. Thiago Silva needs to stick around, at least next season. We'll see what happens after that, if he's got the desire, the hunger to stick around for more years. He's still one of our standout defenders, if not the standout defender. He's one of the standout defenders in the Premier League, that's for sure. So I'm glad that he will stick around. He will stick around. So now, let's talk a little bit about the match. I'll have Pochettino's picture there as light at the end of the tunnel, which is great. Look, in regards to the match, ladies and gentlemen, Nottingham Forest, Chelsea 2, Nottingham Forest 2. Not much to say about the first half. First half was shambolic. It was so boring. I was having my popcorn, my chips, the tea. Everyone was, falling asleep. It was absolute bore fest. But second half we came alive. Second half, I have to say, by the time the match finished, I think we deserved to win. We played some really, really good football in the second half. First of all, look, the lineup was good. I was a bit surprised that Mudryk once again not starting. Mudryk didn't even feature, so that we'll talk about on the side. But overall, okay, I was quite happy with the lineup. Mendy gets an opportunity. I thought, okay, he's back from injury, and then Frank Lampard's probably just giving Mendy just a chance to showcase what he can do under him again. And Kepa could take a bit of break. And in recent times, Kepa's been a bit strange as well, if we are going to be absolutely honest. Overall, the lineup was quite okay, and Nottingham Forest comes out and puts in a cross, and Mendy straight away a howler, an absolute howler. I know he's a bit rusty, but it just further proves to the point that we need one absolute must in terms of goalkeeper. Probably need to get rid of Mendy and Kepa, not just off the base of this howler from Mendy. Mendy's been making a lot of mistakes since the African Cup of Nations. And there's flaws in his game too. There's flaws in Kepa's game. So we need a better goalkeeper. Absolute gift to Nottingham Forest. It was all too easy for Nottingham Forest in the first half. We weren't going anywhere. Second half, shout out to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He was very, very good. Everything that I wanted Kovacic to do, Ruben Loftus-Cheek did. And Kovacic got injured once again. He's definitely can be deemed as injury prone. There's no doubt about that. And we potentially might have seen Kovacic play the last game for Chelsea Football Club. So watch this space. And I've said it before. I don't mind one bit if Kovacic leaves Chelsea Football Club. And on that matter, even Ruben Loftus-Cheek, even though Ruben was very good, I'd want a complete revamp in midfield. But yeah, shout out to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I think he provided some really good impetus from midfield. Shout out to Chalobah. He showed very good impetus on the right side, was overlapping and was highly involved for the first goal. I believe he got the assist for Raheem Sterling. Shout out to Raheem Sterling. This is why I've never given up on Raheem Sterling. I'm one of the very few who've consistently said, yeah, his form recent times hasn't been good. That goes with every player. But I've always maintained, now I'm very, very confident this guy is going to be good for us. His quality, always thought he was quality. Great, good first goal, but a splendid second goal. Splendid second goal off the back of Ruben Loftus-Cheek breaking through midfield, passing to Raheem Sterling, who cuts in and then whips that shot in. Fantastic. So, yeah, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, get great performance. Raheem Sterling, great performance. Chalobah, great performance. Lewis Hall, I'd say about 50-50. There were certain moments in defense where I felt he was a bit edgy. Up front as well, a couple of shots, just not connecting. A few crosses were good. His deliveries in set pieces were good. Enzo Fernandez was better second half. First half, everyone was poor. Conor Gallagher, I don't think, had a very good game, if I'm being absolutely honest. Hakim Ziyech came off the bench, was okay-ish. Some things he did good, some things he didn't do good. Kai Havertz, I didn't even see him coming off the bench, what he provided us. Madueke wasn't one of his best games. João Felix as well. I don't think he had a really good game. Some people are bashing João Felix in social media. I don't think he needs to be bashed. He didn't have the supporting people in and around him to give him quality ball to his feet. In the first 10 to 15 minutes, it looked quite lively. After that, he didn't perform that well. And yeah, another disappointing draw at home. But I do believe in the second half we deserve to win. Now, in regards to Mudryk, I don't know what's wrong with Frank Lampard, man. How Mudryk didn't even at least come from the bench to get a measly 5-10 minutes, that's beyond me. That is truly beyond me. We could have even switched Raheem Sterling to the right side and then had Mudryk on the left to give him some minutes. I mean, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, there is no like these games that we're playing. There's no point to it. Like we're not gaining anything. We're not losing anything. We're going to be where we are in the table. Maybe we'll just go down here and there, but we're safe. Do you know what I mean? We're safe. So these minutes were important to give to someone like Mudryk to develop. He is the future. Hakim Ziyech is going to leave Chelsea Football Club. Do you know what I mean? There's no need to give those minutes to Ziyech. Even Kai Havertz, David Dr. Fofana probably should have got those minutes. So yeah, that's just my thought. We should be doing a lot more for these young players who are going to be the future of our club, giving them these matches to really develop, get that match fitness up and running, and get going when the preseason starts. Mudrik's confidence must be so low not to feature in the match. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen. But look, the grandstand news for today, ladies and gentlemen, is here we go for Mauricio Pochettino. Fantastic, as I keep saying, light at the end of the tunnel. And let's see. Let's rectify Chelsea Football Club. Let's get to work. Whole heap of players need to go. And we need to start building the culture again. We need to start building that Chelsea that we once knew. Let's start building that. We'll have a live tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, which is going to be fantastic, covering all of this news. So do look out for that. Let me know how you felt about the match, Chelsea 2, Nottingham Forest 2. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And also Pochettino, here we go. Finally, we have the here we go. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts and feelings about our future. Till next time, everyone. Take care and see ya. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe.